What's poppin', y'all? Man,
All right, we got academics kill Polo G screaming career. How he do it? I don't know.
what's poppin', y'all? Man, Academics did not have to do Polo G like this because he ended the man's streaming career on arrival immediately. And
Yeah.
it all started with this clip that has resurfaced recently, but it is very relevant to what we're going to talk about today.
The streamer job, especially if you're a rapper already, the streamer job is going to pay you less. So people just either trade careers or they stop doing. Like I haven't seen, pardon my ignorance, I haven't seen much from Polo G recently. I haven't. It doesn't feel like he's having a musical output like he used to like a few years ago.
He ain't wrong. They ain't
Now
lying,
I'm finding out
dude.
he's on a live stream with 160 people.
Shit from that nigga.
This is what I would tell Polo G, and I keep it being with everybody. Polo G, with all due respect, maybe you're nice at 2K. You don't have the personality for being a streamer. You're not Blueface. You're also not willing to probably bring that much. You know why Blueface
He
is
is
great?
like he be on that bitch chilling.
The only people good at streaming, and this is why y'all used to call, not y'all in terms of
say
Polo G, but
chicks,
this is why
nah.
people call streamers losers, is because
Blueface.
every streamer is down to be the butt of the joke. They know the audience wants to find the joke, and at certain times you're the butt of the joke. Whether it's sometimes the audience laughing with Kai, but then they laugh at Kai. With me, a lot of times they laugh at me. Blueface will put the embarrassing moment on camera. Most rappers live off image and like this invisible aura they've built up. They don't want to like, embarrass themselves or, they're still very, contained in their personality and their rapper image. That doesn't work in streamer world. So this is what I would tell Polo G. Polo G, I don't think I'm calling a spade a spade. I don't think he has the personality to blow up as a streamer.
I ain't heard a Polo G song
What I think,
since Rap God, yo. I swear to, I really swear. So I will, because I don't want to put it on him, but I swear on my left toe. Post alone, God, let me keep it. But I ain't heard no rap song by Polo G, Orlo P. Goddamn, I ain't heard no song from him in like dumb years.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing clips of him
This is
on
a good
stream,
musician,
geeked up.
and I
Somebody
think
smoke weed.
for the time he's sitting
know?
in there trying to stream, get in the studio, brother. Get in the studio, go make a music video. Your actual job that's gotten you this millions, that's still where your talent lies.
So here, Academics delivers a couple of points. He's reacting to Polo G's first stream and talking about Streamer University. And, well, not his first ever stream, but this stream that he's talking about here was from June 19th, I believe.
Yeah,
and
he's my
he streamed for 1 hour and he averaged 187 views. And this is the only stream in the past 3 months. And people were clowning him. They're like, yo, you're at 160 viewers and you got to go to Streamer University. But fair enough, he was like, nah, come on, man, I only got 160 viewers in here. Like, I gotta grind it up a little bit before I do something like that. Well, this was Academics' reaction to that, and he gives a couple of good points, which is, you do kind of got to be shameless. I don't think it's just being shameless to be a live streamer. However, Polo G does not have the personality. He is too much of a cool guy. Like, if you're a street guy, like I've said this before, like a finesse 2 times can make it. Like a Blueface, he's a street guy, he can make it. But if you're too concerned with your image and this curated image that you have and that people have of you that's attached to your music, then you're not going to be willing to do what it takes to make it as a streamer. But after Academics gave him this advice, it looks like he killed his career because Polo G has not gone live since. He went live for an hour, got 100 and some viewers, and said, damn, I'm not going back live. And I think it's not the bullying, but people's feedback after this that caused him to say, man, if people are just going to clown me for my numbers, I can't even get on here and try to have fun with this, then this ain't worth it. And even in his VOD, you can see that this guy didn't even know how to title the stream. He was fresh to this. It says stream via RTMP, OBS, vMix, Zoom with Restream. So he didn't even title his stream. He just hopped on there randomly. So he should be happy with the amount of viewers that he got. But everybody's going to pay attention to him. And really, the only thing that matters is were the viewers, the 160 people that were there for Polo's live stream, did
put
they
a title on their bitch
because
and do
if the answer is yes, then there's a lot more where that
continue with your
160
life
came
how you
from.
been
My
living
opinion, or
for.
other people's opinion that just saw a short clip of 2 minutes doesn't matter because they're
Polo,
not going to watch
Polo
Polo
T,
G.
folks. the hell? What you doing, Five?
live stream. With that being said, this brings forth the larger conversation of music artists and streaming. And Doja Cat is also somebody that streams.
I just want to do it quick because I'm excited. Yeah, I'm digging my. I had a couple chunks down there. I put them in my pocket. I'm gonna save them for later to chew on. It's very hairy, so I can save my chunks on a vine of my pubes. Like grapes, and I can pick the chunks off and give them a little nice snacking later. You digging in your butt, twin? Exactly.
Yo, she's 30. I don't even wanna lie. I was gonna like go back and see if she really just said what I just heard at 30 years old. Like, I just don't know. Like, this is the 30-year-old humor. I just don't know. I don't know about this humor. This is real questionable band kid humor that they do in middle school or some weird ass shit. What are we talking about? Doja Cat, 30-year-old Doja Cat.
I cannot count how many pubes I have on my butthole. I will tell you that. I will tell you that I don't know how many I have.
Yeah, so when you're talking about not caring, being willing to be the butt of the joke, I think this is taking it to the extreme. She's willing to be, well, she's actually gigging in the behind, as she said with this clip. But this clip actually came on my feed after I got done doing a session of lurking on Ski Mask.
Man, she 30, folk. The hell? I'm like, what the fuck? 30? 30? 30, she 30 years of age, folk. Your credit score good as hell now. Like, you got your house, you're established. Yeah, every account you need, Roth IRA, high yield, brokerage, pay your bills.
So some God's Twitch stream, actually. I just
I know his
randomly
shit funny
sit
as
there
hell.
sometimes and lurk and just watch for an hour or two. He streams here and there. I remember posting a clip on my ex of
I
him
know
like
his
playing
shit
around with
fucking
this
hilarious.
guitar while he was recording for his upcoming album.
Let's make
And
a
I thought to myself, I'm like,
deal.
why can I enjoy
Let's
Ski
make a
Mask? Because keep in mind, Ski Mask is partially a live streamer now. He's done collaborations with other live streamers. He was on the Mr. Beast live streamer video where he got a ton. He made it to like top 2 or top 3, or did he? No, I don't think he won. I think Your Rage won. But this thing comes onto my feed at the same time, and it made me think, well, we don't think Doja Cat is lame. We don't clown Doja Cat for her viewers on stream, which she does get a lot. She gets several thousand viewers. Now,
peculiar 30-year-old
we don't clown
individual,
Ski
yeah.
Mask for the views that he
A
gets
real
on stream.
weird, peculiar
I know he doesn't
30-year-old
get that many,
individual,
and
bro. I
we
ain't gonna
don't
lie.
laugh at them for stream.
Freaky
I was
booty
like, why
playing
is that?
ass
So it
girl,
made me
bro.
think a little bit, and I put together this tweet, which I will expand on here. I said, Doja Cat and Ski Mask are the only 2 artists I've seen that suffer 0 aura loss from live streaming. The rest of you guys look like you're begging for crumbs of clout. There's this weird thing where you can see a lot of rappers get involved with streams or try to stream, and you can tell that it's out of desperation. They're trying to enter a space that isn't them. It's the equivalent of Slim Jesus trying to be a drill rapper. You're like, yo, that's not you. That doesn't fit you right. And it just, not only does it not look right, you don't carry it right. But with Doja Cat and Ski, it feels effortless. And their history suggests that it is. Post Malone is also an honorable mention, but partially because he came into making music living in a Minecraft streamer house over a decade ago. And I don't know how often he streams anymore. But with Doja...
This shit going on.
being finna read all this. Alright, let me say I'm very literate. Doja Cat and Ski Mask are the only two artists I've seen that suffer zero oral loss from live streaming. The rest of you guys look like you're begging for crumbs of clout. There's the footsteps. There's this weird thing that there's this weird thing where you can see a lot of rappers get involved with streamers or try to stream, and you can tell that it's out of desperation. They're trying to enter a space that isn't them. It's the equivalent of Slim Jesus trying to be a drill rapper. But with Doja Cat and Ski, it feels effortless, and the history suggests that it is. Post Malone also an honorable mention, but particularly because he came into making music living in a Minecraft streaming house over a decade ago, and I didn't know how often he even streams anymore. But it does say something that he was consistent with it before it became the most popular thing.
Cat and Ski.
This is framed incorrectly, grammatically incorrect. There's a few errors, I would say.
Feels effortless, and their
I'm very
history suggests that it
intelligent,
is. Post Malone is also an honorable mention, but partially because he came into making music living in a Minecraft streamer house over a decade ago, and I don't know how often he streams anymore, but it does say something that he was consistent with it before it became the most popular thing, and I think this was at a time during
made me a little weird. What's a Minecraft stream house? That Minecraft shit, I don't know, gang. Like, it was cool when we was kids and all, building and shit. Them niggas be like every Minecraft, like all the niggas I used to be seeing playing Minecraft shit. Alright, let me not stereotypicalize or some shit.
He moved to Utah. I don't know if he still lives in Utah, but he built this huge
me on that nut shit,
streaming PC, and he was really into it. T-Pain is another person that I would say doesn't suffer an aura loss, and people just focused on the whole aura loss thing. But the main thing is congruence. It doesn't feel congruent for a lot of these people to hop in, and a lot of them hop in because they see a headline where they think that there's a lot of money to be made. If you are a rapper that fell off, you will make no money streaming. That's already let's just set that straight. If you are a poppin' rapper right now, you will not make enough money streaming for it to make sense for you to invest the time into it either. So there's really no reason for an artist rapper to stream unless they find it fun. Like, for example, Doja Cat, right? Why, when I said their history suggests that it makes sense for them, Doja Cat got on partially because of that Moo song. She was embedded into internet culture, memes. She was on live streams. She was on Tiny Chats. This was live streaming for free with a couple of other random people, that some of them that she didn't even know, just going into these different random chat rooms. So Doja Cat was already doing that. She is shameless. She's done live. She interacts. She overshares, and she fits right into this culture. She came up in it. So when she's streaming, if you didn't know it was Doja Cat, you would think like, damn. To be fair, Doja Cat is an elite streamer. Like, I'm not talking about this specifically, but I've actually gone into a Doja Cat stream and just watched for an hour. It is very entertaining. And it's funny because, like, when female streamers who it's their job and has been for 10 plus years, you put an hour of their content and next to an hour of Doja Cat's, and you're like, wow, Doja Cat blows you guys out of the water. With Ski Mask, I don't think, and this is also another thing, if a rapper is streaming all the time, it kind of harms the topic of their music. Because, like, let's say,
her butt hairs and her pubic hairs. Let me start acting like maybe she don't be talking about some other shit, some real actual funny shit.
You're a street rapper. Well, unless you're K-Flock and you're on IG Live streaming and getting into shootouts, that, you could rap about that. That's going to fit into your music. But if you're just sitting there playing games, it's hard for people to be like, well, you're making trap music, but we see you on the game, or we see you just doing IRL.
So hard,
what's going on here? Well, it doesn't add up. Or we see you in the studio. I think seeing them in the studio and losing the magic of it, for some artists, it's not a good idea. For some, it can work. So there's also that part. But with the Ski Mask, why I don't think it affected his music either, or what I think of his music, is because Ski Mask's music, it's kind of like there isn't this persona with it. It's just like he'll rap about Cartoon Network, he'll rap about different cartoons, animes, just general culture stuff, like relationships here and there. It's like fun music that aligns perfectly with streaming too. So you're not going to be like, oh, this guy is streaming, his music is lame now, because then you wouldn't have really liked his music in the first place. And Ski Mask is a natural like this, because he's been doing this for damn near 10 years. Like, if you guys remember early XXXTentacion videos videos, this guy would be playing like games like what was it? It wasn't H1Z1. I think PUBG. Like he would be playing PUBG is not PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. It is not a game that a rapper would be playing or just like any mainstream regular person. Like, you know, there's the 2Ks, there's the sports games, all the sports ball games. There's the fighting games, I guess you could say like some UFC stuff, and hell, like GTA, right? But like one layer below that would have been a PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. And Ski was cool with them. I think Ski was also very involved in Apex
Sure.
Legends when that was a thing,
Really?
and he was doing this off stream.
Shit.
So he was spending all this time playing the game off stream, and I think he was quite good at it, like one of the higher ranks in the game. So he was competitive in the game. He was doing this off stream, and he was also an entertainer in his personality and his music. So you put all those things together, and it makes for a good streamer. Now, is he one of the biggest streamers views wise? No, but I don't think he's doing it for the money. I don't think he
screams. Yeah, this should be entertaining for the lot here.
I can take a picture.
Yeah.
Please.
Appreciate it. I don't want anything screaming.
he's doing it because he sees it as an opportunity. I think he finds it fun, and you can see that if you actually sit there and watch a stream. Like if you enjoy watching streams at all, just tune into him for an hour or an hour and a half or something like that, and you're gonna feel like, oh, this is a chill environment. Like I kind of like it here. That's why I lurk there sometimes. Well, I lurk a lot of places. And a couple of other names that I can think of, like I said, a T-Pain. It makes sense. T-Pain is sharing stories. That's one thing that's advantageous for a lot of these artists that aren't tryhards, because, like, for example, Playboy Carti, while his brand seems effortless, he's trying very hard. He's curating exactly what comes out about him. He's trying to manage what doesn't come out about him. He is making sure every time he's seen outside, he's wearing a certain thing. So he's trying very hard. But with like a ski mask, with a Doja Cat, that's really just them. With a T-Pain, right? Like, he'll share embarrassing stories. He doesn't care. He's gone broke. He's gotten rich. He's gone broke again. And he'll share those stories. Like a Polo G or a Lil TJ, right? Like, these guys, they see being laughed at or in a position where they're not being admired or adored as taking an L. And if you have that type of mentality, it doesn't come across well on live streaming, and it's not really relatable. But granted, Lil TJ and Polo G's music, it doesn't fit well with streaming. It's like, you guys are better off just continuously making music. And like I said, the timing of things. Like Ski Mask had experimented
I feel like
with...
we just kept streaming. I feel like we're just streaming shit. Anybody can find their audience. So some audience might just want to watch them work on them all day and pop it on their and enjoy that, you know, but just consistently stream and then you'll find that audience, I guess.
Streaming or posting like game videos many years ago, before it was seen as an opportunity. And he also did very well with Aiden Ross, I believe. Like, they kicked it many years ago. And I, as somebody that's awaiting Ski Mask's next album, and I enjoyed Ski Mask's last album, I just had to share this thought, because there's a lot of, like, the intersection of rapping and streaming is something that we're seeing a lot of, mostly because rap and hip hop overall dictated a lot of pop culture for young people, and now it's streamers that are dictating that. So there's a bit of an intersection. Like, rappers, they kind of want to get that power back, and I do think rappers still have that power, globally speaking. A couple of rappers, that is. However, streamers, I don't think they need rappers anymore, but I do like to see them intersect when it makes sense. Not when someone thinks that they're going to come in front of a live streaming audience and it's going to translate into anything for their music, or when they think that the fact that they have a huge music audience and they're popular celebrities is going to at all translate into them building a streaming audience. These are two very different things that I think people are still slowly discovering. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Who are some other rappers, artists that you think are good streamers, or that would not suffer an aura loss if they stream? Tory Lanez, for sure. Like, we saw, for example, Tory Lanez was doing quarantine radio in 2020. There wasn't a monetary benefit to him doing that, but he did it anyway. He's entertaining, and his music is not harmed by that at all. We've even seen him record music, and that has not harmed his fan base at all. If anything, it strengthened it. But Tory Lanez can take being the butt of the joke sometimes. You know, sometimes he'll catch like a short joke or some joke about his hair or balding or whatever the case may be. And he would know how to play with that. He would know how to roast back and forth. And that's something that if he was here right now, I think he would have rode the wave of streaming.
Oh, man. You want to when a young nigga about when it's boring. Ooh, what's my best me. Always want you to. What's my prove it, love it. Some other shit. Hey, y'all comment, subscribe, like all that. Every man and woman who hate them. Yeah. Alright, Pooh Shiesty will never see freedom again. Oh, damn.